All right, folks, we are back to regularly scheduled programming. We had a blast out in Calgary for Strongman Core Canada Nationals. Had some really good results from the team, a couple of national records for the Iron Image crew. But now it's back to OSG prep, and I'm about 5.5 weeks out at the time of filming this, which means it's crunch time. Dealing with, again, some medical stuff that I'll talk about in a separate dedicated video. Waiting on some test results before I can get a treatment plan going forward, but nothing I can do about it right now. So for right now, we're just going to train. We're going to hammer it hard, keep it rolling. We're going to work up to some heavy reps on the log today. The goal at OSG is to hit a 360-pound log, ideally for a double. See how that rolls. And, it's all getting really close now. So it's crunch time. We got one more block before we taper. Let's get it. All right, we're getting right back into it. Trying to warm up a little more thoroughly these days. Not for any particular reason, just trying to get some more volume in, some more practice. Noticing more and more that I'm having issues with a consistent dip and drive, so just trying to practice some pause reps. Today was a pretty heavy day, so I skipped some of the more in between sets and went basically 215 right up to a single at 315. I find that my endurance on the log tends to drop off pretty quickly. It's an issue to address more in the postseason, but realistically speaking, my overall top end strength is not there yet that I can afford to take a back seat and work on pressing endurance. The reality is most shows that I do at this point are going to be a 1 or 2 rep max. So working up through some weights here. Hit 325. This should be 335, which is my top double for the day. And a PR double. So the way that moved, I'm feeling pretty confident we'll be able to get at least 1 rep on the 360 at OSG. I did then take 345, intending to try to hit a double. You'll see here this first rep moves very slowly. Just a little bit of a misgroove, fatigue, and then I contemplated taking it for a double, got it up to my chest, and just there was no chance. So I moved on to some strict log. This has been progressing pretty rapidly, which is nice to see. When I started doing this, I could not get 205 for 3, and now I'm hitting 225 for sets of 5, almost 6. Feeling very good. I think it's going to help my overall pressing strength quite a bit as we move through the remainder of the block into OSG here. One of the benefits of training in a not traditional strongman gym is that we have a lot of toys. It's not just rocks and dumbbells and logs. We have basically everything you need to be a bodybuilder. As you'll see when Josh comes in here, he pays me a nice little compliment.
10 times better form than no body. Let's go.
Josh is our resident natural IFBB pro, if you didn't figure that out by the size of his arm and the frame there. Real good dude, nice to have him around. Then we're moving on to some accessories. I've been really enjoying this easy bar overhead curl, or extension, pardon. It's been a nice way for me to really get a good stretch on the triceps and really pump that out. I try not to go too close to lockout, just basically until I feel the tension start to decrease. And then we've been supersetting that with some reverse curls just for some additional extensor work and a little bit of extra grip work. We're hitting grip 4 times a week right now. Just trying to hit a bunch of submaximal volume because my grip sucks. So moving on to the next day, working on some farmers. Typically I put these at the end of my workout, but all the platforms are being used, so I put them first. Didn't really feel like dropping the empty carries, so just doing a big old rotation. They're spinning all over the place. These handles are very long. I think they're almost six and a half feet each. And they're 175 empty. We put them on the scale. Braun and I have been working on his deadlifting. So one of the big things that he was doing was just slamming them down between reps and losing all of his tension, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with just getting pure eccentric, but I'm trying to get him to focus on maintaining tension and using that tension to get his next rep. And this is a lot of progress. He probably still needs to hold it in the bottom just a little longer. I'd like to get him doing some commanded reps, but he's really improved on setting his brace at the top and holding it through the rep. So we're popping up here, just taking 295 for a couple of strolls. I was definitely coming down with something post the trip to Calgary. I know Larson Hare got really, really sick. A couple of my other buddies got really sick. Tom was knocked out for 2 days, and I definitely was carrying something. I couldn't quite figure out what was going on at the time, but I was not at 100% basically this entire session, and then early this week. As I'm recording this right now, I'm actually pretty under the weather as well. I don't know if you can tell in my voice or not, but it is what it is. We got the work done because we're only 38 days or something out from OSG, so it's no real time to be dealing with anything. We're just going to put the work in that we can. When I do get sick, though, I do definitely notice it in my grip, and that was definitely evident on this day between the farmers and my double overhand warm-ups being significantly harder than usual. Again, nothing I can do about it, just gotta get over the sickness and move on. So, as per usual, hitting a couple of reps at 405 double overhand, and you can see my hands opening up. Like I said, as soon as I'm sick, I really, really feel it in my grip first. I also apparently ripped this shirt on a hook on a wall and didn't notice it, and Brown didn't notice it, and it wasn't until I got home and Shelby pointed out that my shirt was ripped that I noticed, so a little upset. It's a good deadlift for dream shirt. And right here is really where you'll notice the grip. 675, I usually have no issue with this. Or pardon, next set. This one was fine, it was 585 just for a double. I'm trying to do more warm-ups on my deadlifts since I'm in the suit so much. Here we go, so 675. You'll really notice at the top that my grip starts to go. And I just really was not feeling good this day. This was probably the worst session I've had in a very long time. So we throw the suit on for 725. We're resetting the block after last week's massive triple at 815. So just 5 sets 2 at 815. Trying to keep the suit a little looser this session since it is so much lighter. And then that's just changing my groove. So you'll notice that I correct that initial pull position on the next couple of reps. I think I finally found a pair of figure eights that I like to use as well. Seems to be locking me in very nicely. And it's easier to apply than my usual ones. Just some no-name brand that I found. You can see just much better on that second set there. The first set was not good at all. But I did correct it through the session. Overall, really good training week following some travel and some schedule shakeups. You know, can't really be too upset given that I was sick for most of it, but just got to recover, come back, and crush these last couple of weeks leading into the official Strongman games down in Arlington, Texas. So, thanks for following along, and we'll see you guys next time.